Hello, I would like to give the brief explanation about the use case of Amazon Sagemaker Studio Lab notebook. Here's the project we are using it to the grade student assignment. It's called the Amazon Textract. I have some background about the dataset, which is output from the Textract, and then how could we processing it with Amazon Sagemaker Lab Studio Lab. First of all, here's the raw data from the student assignment, and this is a different question from student, and there's about a lot of student here. There's a multiple choice, true or false, and they are using the handwriting. For the first of all, this is the Amazon Textract Grader project. Actually, it will using Amazon Textract to extract all the answer from our student, and then output them into the Excel format. It extract all the answer here with the confidential inherit spreadsheet, calculate the similarity of to the standard answer, and the geometry in the location of the writing. And please note that some of the answer is not here, since the Amazon text track have some there's some variation between the output, since it's page by page. It may not be able to recognize all the answer. And here's the links for the image in the SV, and this is called the documentation value. And if you are interested in the detail of the tetragrader output and the logic, you can review the blog post here. This is the draft. And how could I using Amazon Sagemaker Studio Lab to process the data, and using the machine learning workflow and AI services and recognition to further processing it. First of all, I need to upload the spreadsheet to the schema notebook, and here is the file. It's under data folder. Yeah, here, and we define the file name here. This is the script in this file, and then another is the standard answer. It's a very similar format. You can open it and take a look. And first of all, we need to set up the Collada app dependency. And here's a description how to configure the Sagemaker notebook. And actually, I just reference from other blog posts from the team, and we set up the YAML, and then for the step to install the dependency and use the environment called I set up the name called the basics, and the detail is here. That's the library I'm using. and and the step one, we will read some config. The config is data include the AWS config and some setup from the SMTP, but is it not working at this moment? We are trying to make everything for free for teacher to using it. Then I adopt the AWS academic learner lab. Actually, every teacher can use a temporary AWS account for free for both the student teacher. And then once they got the account activated, they just have to copy the confidential here and then put into the notebook. Please note that this is the temporary confidential. It just take 4 hours in total for every section, so that it doesn't look like that. Just copy and paste, and then I just update here, and then I can run the notebook. It will extract the account number. Then I can call AWS service for free. This is some data processing work. For example, I just load the data set into Panda Data Beam, and we show the column, show the calculate the difference between the value. Is it the answer contain the maybe the answer and the script we have some differences. We want to know it. That's just some basic task, and then inject additional field called the name and ID, since this is something critical for the grading task. Okay, here's this we start doing some imputation work. For example, you see the bound box. Actually the output will be so later, and the calculation of the bound box here is some vibration, something missing, something will not be accurate. That's the reason why we want to do some calculation. For example, we want to add some margin to the bound box so that it extract a bit further to see the question number. And then we have some image processing to calculate the bound box. And some of the page we will have the missing correction. For example, you can see the data set here is something empty, Yeah, some student may not answer there, and Textract will missing it, or some OCR issue, he may not be able to extract the answer, and I have to calculate the missing page, and then we adopt the clustering technique to group the question, okay, based on the student answer. And since there's a long case, we just try to group the question into different pages. For example, the output is a page, there's a two-page answer. Okay, there's a two cluster. There's a page one answer, there's a page two answer, and we just calculate it. After the clustering, we can remove some dummy answer. Actually, from Amazon Textract will accidentally will extract something unusual, since you know the student can write anything they like and may not be very good writing. It's just inject some noise here. We want to get rid of this kind of error. This is error. And when doing clustering, if this is something like a noise, it will be removed automatically. Okay, and after the clustering, we clean up the question, and also we group the multiple choice question with some further processing. And okay, now start the imputation of the missing bouncing box. Since we need to we want to have we will all the student answer, even though Textract can't extract it, and we just calculate the trim the mean, so that we can ignore something critical case, maybe some bound box will be oversized or very small. We just ignore it, and then we update the data frame to calculate the imputation of the bound box for the document. Okay, now all of the we have the value for all bound box. We will no longer have something like that here. and and then we will, since we have the bound box, we also need to impute the missing path. Since we don't have bound box, we don't have image, we also impute it based on the clustering result. um Finally, we have some styling for the multiple choice questions. Since the Textract will have something output like a table, is not, they don't know is it the multiple choice. We have to group the yes no question A B C D into a single question, and this is some data process, and just ignore it here. Okay, finally, we want to review the result from Amazon Textract, and we just use the notebook to draw the image, to draw the bound box, and then here is the output with some imputation. After the imputation, we see the result. We saw the result, actually there is some missing. For example, question 6, question 7, there's a missing here and something wrong. Okay, we need to have some manual imputation to handle it. But for the marking box, every teacher can review it. We have to use it. We run a web server in the Sagemaker lab here, and there's the output we need to refine. And okay, this step to add the missing question, I use a plugin called the Jupyter block bound box workers, and here's the output. I can draw, for example, oh, the missing question here, I can draw it. Okay, I can draw it and then type in the correction. Okay, for example, Q6, and then you should have an express answer. This is the answer of Q6. We need to answer, since we need to have the calculated similarity using machine learning, using the deep learning model to do it. And but just ignore here, otherwise I will overrun it by result. When I click submit, we go to page 3, sorry, page 2, and here is some result for the setting, but I don't care it. We now have the annotation that we will reload the setting, and then here there's extra correction. I highlight myself, and we will go through the called the marking form generations. Since this is something like Amazon A to I, is this we need to some manual work to fix the problem, to review the answer, to give the mark to student, and here's some post data processing to generate the marking form, so that okay, when then is this is something I highlight by manually. For example, just like for example, here I have the here I highlight the question 6. We need to redo the OCR, extract all the answer location. We will cut down all the question 6 from all of the student, and then we will make use of Amazon recognition, or use ECOCRO if there is the runtime with GPU support. And we just have some setting here. we expect English and then confidential level, and then we will extract the question, image, and then call recognition if we enable it, or use easy OCR. This you prefer, since you have the option is that if you can call the local version easy OCR to understand there's any answer there. If there is nothing inside, you should not call recognition. It will say for course. But if you are free to use it, for example, you're just using Amazon's academic still academic lab uses free, then we will keep using recognition to capture the answer. And after that, we will start generate the result called as marking form. This is some data processing and then generate HTML output. Here's some template. If you understand the Python to write the web programming, you just say take a quick look. You will know what is this. Actually, this is something you call a Jin template or something. I forget the name. And this is so generate the output, generate JavaScript, generate style, and let's see the output. You different kind of answer, and OCR result called the recognition. And okay, also calculate the similarity. Here is using the sentence transformer as something from Hacking Face, and there's some additional to calculate the similarity of the answer from student and the standard answer. We just calculate it and then give the similarity for the question. This process actually, if there is something output from Amazon Textract, the framework, greater framework also got it. But if we have to override the question just here by manually, we will calculate it again. Here's some calculation for different question. Some code recalculation. We will refine the area and extract the result and then generate the web form. And now we will skip here. This is something HTML generation. We'll run the web server now. We can run it in Sagemaker, run it notebook or run in the terminal. But I prefer to use the terminal to run it. And new terminal here. Okay. Then sorry, you need to go to Sagemaker and start a web server. Start a web server with the Studio Lab. Okay. Then we have to go through this path. This is my Studio Lab, and then a proxy 8000. Okay, I just need to copy here. I have no idea how to get the URL. Otherwise, I will want to generate it. If you know how to do it, please let me know. I want to improve my code. Yeah, just proxy 8000. This is the output generated, and this is running the web server here. Okay. For example, we want to review the different answer. This is a question with multiple choice. For example, here the question 18. Yeah, this is the result from Amazon Textract. You will know the estimate area, and then all of the student multiple choice answer here. Based on the Textract result, I can give the standard answer, give the mark. Here's okay. We get so-called answer mark bars. You can say the -1 if student getting wrong, we will deduct the mark. And if you don't you want to use Textract, I can have the manual mode. I can train the location here. I can move of the image. You see it's moving. Okay, it will automatically save the result here. And the web servers behind the scenes where every move action over this HTML will send AJAX code to the background and then save the result, save the mark result and save the control setting, save the different setup here. And here's this one another type of question. For example, I want to grade the question 25. I click on it, and then here we will extract all the answer. Oh, the answer called the healthy check. Okay, healthy point. It will calculate the similarity and the confidential level. Similarity 68, and I can just adjust here. Oh, I want to give student mark if they have 0.6 similarity. We've got 1 mark. Got 1 mark. They are but this guy is very watch healthy. Is something different. Is only 43, so it's 0 mark. And also I can review the process here. I can override the mark if I want to give 1 mark to the one of the student, even though the answer is very wrong. And I just can go to here to type it in. For example, oh, this one I still okay. I see the healthy keyword. It's fine. I give that. I give 1. It will override the result when I adjust the similarity. It will no longer train the mark of this student. And also I don't see the bound box from Textract is not very good. I can use a trim in. I can use the manual. I can use a manual to adjust all of the image. And here is moving it. And now it's stated if I find it's a very poor result of this page, I can take on the checkbox, and then we will go through the second round of the iteration. We will regenerate the mark sheet, run through the Amazon Textract, sorry, not Textract, recognition to extract the answer again. But just fine, I don't want to demo it here. And once it's complete, the result is saved in the output folder. Actually, the web server just create the static HTML and different setting here. And then if we do the different marking form, for example, I just do the marking result for the 25, question 25, and go to here. I will got some JSON here. Here the JSON result is the mark of the student. Okay, the mark of student, and then it is overridden. It will also mention, like, remember I will override the one of student here. This is the basis on similarity to calculate. It's been a very good process for teachers. In the student why nothing, it will got 0 mark automatically, and the similar answer will automatically got the grade, and then help teacher to grade student very high, very fast and effectively. Okay. Finally, when we computer marking, I just have brought commented it over here since I use terminal. Otherwise, I need to stop the notebook. And I will back up all the results first. Since I run this cell, I will have the zip of the marking form, and then keep a copy. And also, we will generate the final result. Here's the final result from previous question, and we have the detail mark for each student, answer, I don't know, name, ID. But there is some special operation for the name and ID. That is why, since for name and ID, we are not want to get the similarity. Since there's no value for similarity or name or ID, it's just an override answer. So make sure the OCR result is accurate for the here. But I haven't fixed the missing part and the wrong name. I haven't fixed it, but never mind. Just wanted to do the demonstration. Okay. When the mark sheet is extract from the JSON result, I can know I can have it analyze any question I'm missing. For example, I didn't grade the question 65. Yeah, this is not grading yet. Yeah, it is never click on it, and it will tell you I'm missing something. And suppose I completed the marking, I can generate the master script. What is master script? Is return the script to student with the mark result. I just read the image and then write and then input the mark for each question. Just take a note of the result. We will understand what is happening. It's quite straightforward. It is called the folder in the output, and called the marks. Marks. There's a lot of PDF. I just open one of the PDF for your review, and it takes some time, but never mind. And it generate the result and generate PDF, and then finally I want to send an email to student. But it's some problem. Maybe a download it will be quicker. Download. Take some time. Maybe my network is not very slow now. Since it's in my campus. Okay. Let me explain the last step. Actually, I want to send email from the scale lab, but I hit a very strange problem is that since you need to send email, you need to make the SMTP connection, and then you need to touch the socket to create the secure connection between the round trip. You need to send out the TCP and then return back the TCP code to make sure the SMTP work. But I unable to do it in the Sagemaker skill lab as the something I think I'm not sure is Amazon want to block it, or some setting I don't know how to handle. Um, but this is something blocking task. Okay, still can't open it. Let me open it here. Yeah, you can see here is the task. Student got 0 mark this question, 0 mark this question, 0 mark this question, 0 mark this question, and for multiple choice, this one is correct, this one don't is not correct, and then the total mark is 2 mark, and then is his student ID. Here's the highlighted annotation that marking this. So you will return this document to all to student individually. But I hope to send email to them with attachment, but I unable to do it with the lab at this moment. Okay, thank you.